Good afternoon. Actually, great afternoon. I don't know how you arrange for the perfect beach day at the end of September. On behalf of Tori and George, welcome to a very important occasion in their lives together. Thank you for coming today to this beautiful setting to celebrate their love. Let's pause for one moment to reflect upon the beauty and sanctity of this occasion and to contemplate the event that's taking place before us. There are no ties on earth that are sweeter than those you're about to form. And there are no vows more solemn than those you're about to take. The commitment you make today is meant to last forever. The wedding is a happy occasion, a party, a wonderful expression of love. Sometime this evening, although looking at this crowd, sometime early tomorrow morning, the party will end. The marriage goes on from there. It takes love and hard work. It takes love and mutual respect. It takes love and unfailing support of one another to make a marriage work. Love isn't always perfect. It isn't a fairy tale or a storybook. It doesn't always come easy. Love is overcoming obstacles, facing challenges, fighting to be together, holding on and never letting go. It's a short word, easy to spell, difficult to define, and impossible to live without. Love is work, but most of all, love is realizing that every hour, every minute, every second was worth it because you did it together. It takes three to create a special relationship that leads up to marriage. It takes the couple willing to support each other, desiring to make each other happy, understanding the commitment and the sacrifice that it takes. And then it takes love. Love is the third party in a relationship. In the early days of this country, people often found their significant other right next door or in the same school, job, the same church. And as the world began to grow smaller through things such as phones, internet, trains, cars, and airplanes, couples began to be formed over greater distances. That is quite the normal way in today's world. Tori and George are throwbacks as far as love goes, to a simpler time. Meeting as youngsters, becoming friends, then best friends, then a behind-the-scenes couple, and finally an out-in-the-open couple. They faced many obstacles, overcoming an age difference, shyness, friends who actually had shirts made saying, "Where's Tori?" when she started this marriage. Aside from the peer pressure, the adults around would wonder why they weren't looking for other people and experiencing the world. Folks were certain they couldn't be in love. They were too young, hadn't done comparison shopping. They didn't know what love was. In the meantime, they were supporting each other through all of this, through good and bad. They were doing things with each other in mind, sacrificing individual wants and needs for their wants and needs as a couple. Without setting out to do it, without a real plan, they became models of what love really is. They grew up together, grew deeper in love with each other, began to travel together. So as they prepared for a cruise, George purchased a ring and planned on a proposal on the ship. Now this ring became a point of stress. As they prepared for the trip, George knew that Tori would be checking his luggage to make sure he had everything. So this ring was moving frequently, finally remaining hidden until it became a last-minute addition to his luggage. The final hurdle would be to get it out of the luggage before Tori did another check. When they got on the cruise, relaxed a little, started to get accustomed to their surroundings, by circumstance, reviewed a brochure from the ship's jewelry store that was featuring rings. It occurred to them that their luggage hadn't been delivered yet. George became as anxious as Tori had ever seen him, and he set out to find their luggage. He eventually found it. A pile of luggage awaiting delivery was only about 200 rooms away. He retrieved the ring from the luggage and brought the luggage to the room. To So he was able to keep the ring hidden as he resolved the problem with their cruise cards while Tori waited. A little bit upset over the problem, a little bit upset over a downpour that was happening outside. And after solving the problem, George returned, somehow arranged for the sun to come back out, and they dressed for dinner. George suggested a picture in the balcony, and after setting up the camera to take their picture, he executed the perfect surprise proposal. Tori explained it as something George has always been able to do: turn a bad time into a good and memorable time. As I've mentioned, love is all about willing sacrifice, the desire to change yourself for the person you love, putting the other's wants, needs, and desires ahead of your own. And like each of you needs to be tended to, the love in your relationship needs to be tended to as well. So I'm going to ask you to make it a point every day to sit quietly, just the two of you, holding hands, just like you're doing now. Use that time to focus on the love between you. That won't be wasted time, but time that's invested in the nurture of your love. The goal of your marriage should be a rewarding and a happy life together. The ability to meet and overcome all challenges together. To reap all of life's rewards together. That's an absolutely achievable goal. It's the brass ring that you'll gain and hold together. Make every decision, think every thought, speak every word with that goal in mind. Keep that goal in sight with everything you do. Who supports this couple in their marriage, would you say? Okay, we've heard from Best Man, we've heard from Maid of Honor. I would like this entire beach to hear from all of you. Who supports this couple in their marriage?
We do.
Okay, now that's great, but let's make it a long, loud cheer so everybody wonders what's happening, right? They're saying it was sad. Who supports this couple in their marriage?
We do.
I love it. Into this union, Tori and George now come to be joined. If anyone has any reason to oppose this marriage, let me direct your attention to the stairs. They lead right back to the front. Okay, I'm about to ask a big long question. Let me finish the question, and then you'll know what to answer. Do you, George, take this woman, Tori, to be your wife? Do you promise to be to her loving and loyal husband? To cherish and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, to be faithful only to her as long as you both shall live? Told you. Do you, Tori, take this man, George, to be your husband? Do you promise to be to him a loving and loyal wife? To cherish and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, to be faithful only to him as long as you both shall live? Okay, George, you're going to repeat after me. Wife in the eyes. Today I give myself to you in marriage.
Today I give myself to you in marriage.
I promise to encourage and inspire you.
I promise to encourage and inspire you.
To laugh with you.
To laugh with you.
And to comfort you in times of sorrow and struggle.
To comfort you in times of
Times of sorrow and struggle.
sorrow and struggle.
I promise to love you in good times and in bad.
I promise to love you in good times and bad.
When life seems easy and when it seems hard.
When life seems easy and when it seems hard.
When our love is simple and when it is an effort.
Love is simple.
Okay, Tori, it's your turn. Today, I give myself to you in marriage. I promise to encourage and inspire you. To laugh with you. And to comfort you in times of sorrow and struggle. I promise to love you in good times and in bad. When life seems easy and when it seems hard. When our love is simple and when it is an effort. I'm going to ask you to seal the vows you share with each other by the giving and receiving of rings. The perfect circle of a ring symbolizes eternity. The precious metal comes from the ground as a rough ore. It was heated, purified, shaped, and polished. Something beautiful was made from raw elements. Your love is exactly like that. It comes from humble beginnings, made by imperfect beings. It's the process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all. These rings will symbolize your love and faithfulness, and as you place them on each other's fingers, you commit your hearts and souls to one another. Place them on her finger. Repeat after me. I give you this ring to wear with love and joy. As a ring has no end, neither shall my love for you. I choose you to be my wife, this day and forevermore. Say, please place it on his finger. Repeat after me. I give you this ring to wear with love and joy. As a ring has no end, neither shall my love for you. I choose you to be my husband, this day and forevermore. Hooray. Cancel the WD-40 order. Tori and George have chosen as a couple to perform a love letter and wine box ceremony. The box behind me contains a bottle of wine, a love letter from each to the other. The letters describe the good qualities they find in one another, the reasons they fell in love, and their reasons for choosing to marry. The letters are sealed. They've not seen what each other has written. They've created their very own romantic time capsule to be opened on their 5th wedding anniversary. I recommend that you keep this box in a place of honor, prominently displayed in your home as a constant reminder of your commitment to each other. Tori, George, did you ever find your marriage enduring insurmountable hardships? You are, as a couple, to open this box, sit and drink the wine together. Then separate and read the letters you wrote to one another when you were united as a couple in marriage. By reading these love letters, you reflect upon the reasons you fell in love and chose to marry each other here today. The hope is, however, that you will never have a reason to open the box. And if this is the case, you're to open the box, share it, and enjoy the wine and the letters on your 5th-year wedding anniversary. Tori and George, you may now close and seal the box. Don't lose those keys. Look at your wife here. There was a time when you said you don't date 8th graders. Are you glad you changed your mind? Continue to respect and to honor each other and to support each other. Always work to nourish the flame of marriage and unity ignited here today. In your journey of life together, remind yourselves often of the love that brought you together. Give the highest priority to that love. When challenges come, remember to focus on what's right between you instead of what just seems to be wrong. And in this way, you'll ride out any storms. And on those occasions when the clouds hide the sun in your lives, remember that even if you lose sight of it for a moment, the sun is always there. Remember that a long marriage is 2 people trying to dance a duet with 2 solos at the same time. Respect each other's individuality, while at the same time respecting the couple you've become. Continue to do the things that make each other happy, and live your lives with the goal of maintaining always the love you feel today. Tori, I'm going to use a phrase right now that you've heard before, and it means a lot to you. Here we go. As you've declared your intention to be wed by the taking of vows and exchanging of rings in front of God and these witnesses, I'm privileged, proud, and extremely happy to pronounce you to be husband and wife. May your life together be happy, healthy, and fruitful. May you always feel the love in your lives that you feel at this very moment. You may seal your vows with a kiss.